Beginning. The Queen beyond comparison. Across the known universe, there existed power, and then there existed Queen Seraphel of Astryx. Entire civilizations measured their rise and fall by her decisions. Star maps were redrawn because of her campaigns. Species that had survived supernovas and extinction-level events surrendered the moment her fleets appeared at the edge of their systems. She was immortal, or close enough that time had learned to move around her. The Astryx Dominion was the most advanced empire the galaxy had ever known. Its warships folded dimensions. Its soldiers were grown, not born. Its archives contained the collected knowledge of 10,000 conquered worlds. And Seraphel ruled it all alone. She had ruled alone for over 600 standard cycles. Not because she lacked suitors, but because none were worthy. Until the day she made the announcement. "I will take a consort," Seraphel declared before the Galactic conclave, her voice echoing through quantum relays and neural broadcast fields. Not for ceremony, not for alliance, but for succession. The galaxy erupted. Marriage to Seraphel did not mean love. It meant shared rule. It meant the bloodline of the future. Whoever stood beside her would help shape galactic destiny for millennia. The most powerful beings in existence answered the call. Living star gods. Hive emperors with trillion-mind intellects. Artificial sovereigns older than planets. Warrior kings bred for nothing but conquest. Each believed victory inevitable. Among the thousands of candidates, one name appeared so quietly that most observers assumed it was an error. Species, human. Origin, soul system. Candidate, Elias Verne. The reaction was immediate ridicule. Humans were barely interstellar. Short-lived. Physically weak. Their greatest achievements were cultural, not cosmic. They survived not through dominance, but stubborn persistence. No one believed the human would last a single trial. Not even the humans themselves. Elias Verne boarded the Astryx transport without armor, without escorts, and without expectations. He was not Earth's greatest warrior or its most brilliant scientist. He was chosen for a different reason entirely. He understood systems, not machines. People. Middle. The trials that were never fair. The trials of ascension were designed to eliminate weakness. The first trial was Dominion. Each candidate was given command of a simulated star empire already in crisis, rebellions, shortages, external threats. Most candidates ruled through force. Rebellions were crushed. Resources were seized. Entire systems were sacrificed to maintain control. Elias ruled differently. He listened. He negotiated trade instead of conquest. He empowered local leaders instead of replacing them. His empire grew slowly, but it stabilized. When the simulation ended, Elias controlled fewer systems than anyone else. But his systems were the only ones that had not collapsed the moment the simulation stopped. Queen Seraphel noticed. The second trial was conflict. Candidates were placed into live-fire war games against Astryx warforms, machines designed to learn, adapt, and kill. Many candidates relied on superior strength or ancient weapons. Elias had none of that. Instead, he studied the warforms' logic loops and predicted their adaptations. He lost every direct engagement, but forced the machines into inefficient patterns until they shut themselves down. Observers were silent. No human had ever outthought Astryx technology. The third trial was presence. Candidates were required to stand before Queen Seraphel alone, exposed to her full psychic aura. It was not an attack, but it was overwhelming. Entire species had gone mad, simply being near her. Elias stood. His heart raced. His hands trembled. His mind screamed that he did not belong there. But he did not kneel. He met her eyes. Seraphel felt it immediately. He was afraid, but he was not submissive. You do not seek power, she said, more statement than question. No, Elias replied. I seek responsibility. That answer lingered longer than it should have. Between trials, Seraphel summoned Elias more frequently than protocol allowed. They spoke of governance, of loneliness, of the cost of command. Elias never flattered her, never worshipped her. He disagreed when he believed she was wrong. No one had done that in centuries. Slowly and possibly something changed. Seraphel began to imagine the future, not as a continuation of endless conquest, but as something steadier. And that terrified her. When the galaxy realized the truth, the remaining candidates began to notice. Assassination attempts followed. Elias survived the first by accident. The poison designed for Astryx physiology had no effect on human biology. The second attempt was stopped by Seraphel herself, vaporizing the would-be killer before the court. Any further interference, she declared, will be considered treason against the Dominion. Still, the pressure mounted. The galaxy could not accept this outcome. A human beside the Queen meant unpredictability. It meant restraint. It meant the end of rule by fear alone. The final trial was announced as union. Each remaining candidate would present their vision for the future of the galaxy as Seraphel's consort. The presentations were grand. Eternal expansion, absolute order, total dominance, perfect efficiency. When it was Elias's turn, there were no projections, no fleets, no promises of glory. He spoke simply. You don't need another conqueror, he said. You already are one. What you need is someone who can tell you when to stop. Murmurs rippled through the conclave. You've built an empire that cannot be challenged, Elias continued. But empires don't collapse because they're weak. They collapse because they forget why they exist. He turned to Seraphel. I won't rule for you. I won't rule over you. I'll stand beside you and remind you that the galaxy is more than something to be owned. Silence followed. Then Seraphel stood. The decision was made before anyone realized it. Ending. The choice that changed everything. I have chosen, Queen Seraphel announced. Every channel opened. Every empire listened. My consort will be Elias Verne of Earth. The galaxy stopped. Trade routes froze. Fleets halted mid-jump. Ancient councils fell into chaos. Some empires prepared for war. Others collapsed under the weight of disbelief. A human. A species barely out of its cradle. Seraphel raised her hand, silencing the uproar. You fear this choice because you understand it, she said. Humanity does not rule through inevitability. They rule through adaptation. She turned to Elias and took his hand. With him, the Dominion will change. Threats followed. Ultimatums. Coalitions formed overnight. Elias watched the galaxy brace itself, and then he smiled. Give them time, he said softly. Seraphel looked at him. You believe they will accept this? No, he replied. I believe they'll realize they have no choice. And they did. Not because of Astryx fleets, but because every model, every prediction, every probability showed the same result. A galaxy ruled by fear could be resisted. A galaxy ruled by balance could not. Over time, the threats faded. Wars were averted. Systems once conquered were given autonomy under Dominion protection. History recorded the moment clearly. The day the Queen chose a human was the day conquest ended and civilization truly began. Elias Verne did not become the most powerful being in the galaxy. He became something far rarer. The one who proved that power did not have to stand alone. And beside Queen Seraphel, humanity took its first quiet step into immortality.